What's up, everyone? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy KOmaris, and as you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Doechii's new EP, Alligator Bites Never Heal. And basically, I'm going to go through every single song and just give like my thoughts and what I feel like it's about. And everything that I'm going to say is up to, my own interpretation of these lyrics and how they basically make me feel and what they make me think about. Everything that I'm going to say is not a fact or true, or it didn't come from Doechii's mouth that this is what she meant. Again, this is basically how this song made me feel and what it makes me think about. This EP mixtape, I think she prefers to call it a mixtape, but it's basically a 19 song mixtape. And all the songs aren't that long because altogether the mixtape is overall 47 minutes, but she sang some things within those few minutes of these songs that had me writing out my thoughts and things all day long. And it took me some time. Like, I wanted to sit with it for at least a good 2 days, and that's what it's been. So now I think I'm finally ready to talk about it. And yeah, let's get into it. Track 1, we have STANKA. And I said that this is just, introduction to the mixtape, a very proper one actually. Because mixtapes are basically, a collection of songs. They basically help introduce you to either a new sound that an artist is trying to implement, or if they don't really have that many bodies of work out or albums out or things like that, a mixtape is used to, in the earlier times, a mixtape was used to give people to know who you are and introduce the world to who you are as an artist and the type of music that you plan on making throughout your career or throughout this era that you're going to be approaching. So with that being said, this isn't, mixtapes aren't really made to be, cohesive. And within this album, well, I keep calling it an album, that's how you know it's good. Within this mixtape, it isn't all the way cohesive, but there's certain parts of the album, the mixtape, where I feel like there is some cohesion, where the songs are purposely put together to flow into each other, and they hit on certain topics that carry on into the next song. But yeah, on track 1, STANKA, I said this track embodies not necessarily anxiety or fear towards the what ifs of life, but she acknowledges the many places she could go in life, which is a slight callback to her EP, Oh, the Places You'll Go. And she made this EP before signing to TDE, and it was basically her just manifesting where she is today and all the places that her life could take her and things like that. And one line that made me think of this could be possibly what she means is when she was like, and if I die today, I die bastard, TikTok rapper, part-time YouTube actor. And basically that's saying she will die feeling like she hasn't shown the world who all she really could be in all the places that she could really go with her talents and things like that. Many people already have been trying to box Doechii in and things like that. Like she's saying, people already sees her as a TikTok rapper and a YouTube actor. If you know anything about Doechii's past, before she got into music, she was a very active YouTuber, and on YouTube she basically made motivational videos, or she documented her life and how she was going to pursue the career of being a rapper or an artist or just an overall creative businesswoman. And now she's basically living the life that she used to try to manifest through YouTube. I feel like she really wants to show not only just the world but herself that this isn't just like a dream, but she could really make this happen. And I hope she realizes that she really has already made it happen, because of the things that she used to talk about doing and aspiring to do in her earlier YouTube videos. She's really already been doing it, and I feel like she carries it so well. And she even talks about it in this album, how she hasn't really had time to like sit down with, the accolades she's met. She's had to, keep going. There's no time for breaks, or, to really celebrate and just sit and sulk in your success. As much as we have so much time to sit and sulk in the hard times, the down times, you don't really get that much time to appreciate the progress that you've made, because you have to keep going. But yeah, and I also said that the third verse is just a line full of, what ifs. Um, I'm definitely gonna put a picture of it up here, but she's basically like saying a lot of what if this, what if that, what if this doesn't work, what if that works, what if it does work, what if it doesn't work. And I, I'm, I think it's a good thing that she said that. And one of my favorite lines was, she was like, "Who's that creeping in my rear view, 30 something?" And I found that funny because like a lot of rappers, especially like male rappers, they don't really blow or like meet success um in past years until they hit like their 30 something. And even like Nicki Minaj, she didn't really meet mainstream success until she was like in her 30s or nearing her 30s as well. Another favorite line that I had was where she was like, "I swallow my pride before I choke on my greed, show you my cards before I gamble my seat." So basically, to me, that means like she's worked so hard to get to this point to where like, I don't mind showing you my cards, but I'm not willingly. I don't mind showing you my cards, but I'm not willingly giving up my seat. You can have all my plays in the book. You can know my whole hand, but you're not going to stop me from getting to where I'm trying to go or where I already am. Like, I worked to get here, and nobody's going to take that from me. And she ain't wrong for saying that, and I agree. Track 2, we have Bullfrog. This is a song that was released during the swamp sessions that she was doing in the beginning of, promoting this mixtape. And I've said that on this song, she's basically like flexing her pen and talking her stuff. And I said that the song makes me think of the photo shoot that she did, inspired by Grace Jones' boxer photo shoot. I believe this was done with Jean-Paul Goude. They consistently worked together, and he was very possessive over Grace Jones. He didn't even really want her working with other photographers. So yeah, I believe that shoot was with him, but if it wasn't, sorry to whoever it was with. Yeah, it just gives the feeling of, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to get in the ring and give it all I got, and I dare you to make the first punch. And of course, one of the lines that mainly made me think of that was like, she was like, "Left, right, uppercut, punchlines make them duck, right hooks, up the cut, platinum hips, F is up." And that's like her shouting out her hit on What It Is, What's Up. She had this song, What It Is, and it was like, doing like a callback to it, which is dope, as she should. I said another one of my favorite lines was when she was like, "Twitter fingers get your whole life logged out." And she's basically like coming at the trolls and saying like, keep getting on the internet and playing with my name and trying to be funny. In real life, I will make you log out, meaning, you don't really want the smoke for real in real life. You just playing on the net. And Doechii really does not be on Twitter like that, because of the stuff that people are just so ignorant on Twitter. So she don't really be on there. She kind of has her own fan pages on there that does the posting and stuff for her. But her posting wise, you don't really see her on there as no more than what she's needed to do. I think she just brought back her account, but I remember for a minute her account was deactivated, and I hate that people really normalize artists having to use Twitter, but I know they have to utilize every social media platform possible because, you know, they have to find their audience and also keep in touch with their audience. But Twitter is just so negative and always making comparisons and things like that. It's just so annoying. But yeah. Track 3, we have Boiled Peanuts. And I would first like to say that I love boiled peanuts. I remember when I was in college, I would go to the gas station every single day and get me a icy and a boiled peanut. A large cup of boiled peanuts every single day. The spicy ones too. And that would be my meal. I would break my fast with that every single day. Yep. Especially in my senior year. And I said that this song reminds me of like ODB and Busta Rhymes with, you know, her flow and just like the way that she's pronouncing her words, and also like the production as well, especially how she's just like, and just like her comedic style of rapping. I'm not saying that the way that she's rapping is funny, but like she's adding a sense of humor into like the way that she's rapping with, you know, just like her sound and her animations and stuff like that, which I love Doechii for. And I feel like she's one of the most authentic at, you know, being animated in her raps. I said my favorite thing about this song is that she's using a rap sound, flow, and production that's nowhere near synonymous to Florida's typical culture, sound, flow, or production of their music. To represent Florida, where she's from. She's from Tampa, Florida. And yeah, she's using this different sound, which I guess you could say is more synonymous with the North, to express her love towards Florida, where she's from. And I said it makes me wonder if this is her way of expressing that she feels misplaced now that she no longer lives there, or that she just misses home, period. She mentions her home. I'm thinking the address that she says in this song, she's mentioning her childhood home. And she's also saying, like, I'm a dying sunflower leaving a trail of seeds in the 813. This is my legacy. And, you know, sunflowers, they are a flower that represent the cycle of life. You know, you live to die. And also, like, humans, we live to die, but when we die, we leave things behind. Well, that's the goal. You should want to leave things behind that could still be pushed forward, whether it's something physical or non-physical, like a mentality, with your legacy and things like that. Um, Sunflowers, they do leave things behind, like sunflower seeds, which still add value to the world and the lives of others. And you can benefit from sunflower seeds. Yeah, you can eat them, and they can also help produce more sunflowers, you know, extending the legacy. She's fighting to become someone from Florida who ends up, you know, leaving a legacy and paving the way for other people like her that, you know, want to walk the shoe in her shoes, and, you know, just want to meet success and get up out of there, like how she wished that she had people to, you know, pave the way for her and her endeavors and cater to her and her interests and things like that. I really did love that song, but I did find it very interesting, like the approach that she had with, you know, showcasing her love for Florida by using a sound that's nowhere near synonymous to Florida sound. In track 4, we have "The Nile is a River."
Nile is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
Which is hilarious. And, well, it's not hilarious, but the title is funny based off like the context of the lyrics. And, you know, the story that she's going to tell in the song. And I said that this was basically a therapy session with the therapist from her 2020 EP, from her song Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, which was her song that made her blow up during COVID and made people aware of who she is. It became a very big trend during COVID. Yeah, and she's one artist who blew up during COVID that is still around today, which is pretty dope. I said she's basically venting about a past relationship and how her life has shifted since then up until now. And, you know, I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't hear this from me.
Let's be clear on that.
I ain't gonna get too much into it, but if you were there, you know who she's talking about when she's talking about, you know, this ex and things like that. But yeah, I feel like this song just basically like she's saying that with a lot of success comes a lot of pain as well, and she's still learning how to like deal with, you know, being successful and, you know, just embracing the success and, you know, feeling like, yeah, I did this, I did that, while also being forced to deal with negative things and like being hurt by people who you least expected to be hurt by, or just people changing because they're not used to the person that you're becoming and things like that. Just the overall changes that come with, you know, chasing your dreams and making them happen. Track 5, we have "Catfish." And I said I love how aggressive she is with her tone on this one. It gives me the vibe of walking with your head and nose to the sky past a group of haters. And I said that this song was basically about definitely, you know, dissing internet haters and stans that constantly say anything to try to get a reaction or a rise out of her. You know, people just say anything on the internet, especially Twitter. So irritating. Like they're already doing with this album, they're comparing her to her peers and people who clearly love her and that she clearly loves and things like that, which is so annoying. But, you know, people, they don't listen for understanding or entertainment. Everybody just wants to compare. They just want to make these alignments that are non-existent just to make it seem like, oh, y'all ain't catch that, but I caught this, when really you ain't caught nothing. I said my favorite line from this was, she was like, "Log 'em off the web, every gangster's giving actress, and these fake activists leave me baffled, bewildered, relax a bit." There are plenty of people who are just doing things for show on the internet. Even their hate is for show. Even the love that they give and how they support this, support that, like they're activists towards this, but in real life you won't see them standing up for nothing. They can't even stand up for themselves in real life, but on the internet they have all the balls in the world, which is crazy. Track 6, we have "Skip." My first thought while listening to this song, I was like, this was probably a track that took her no time to make. More than likely a warm up, if you will. If you watch Doechii on live, like she goes live all the time recording herself doing warm ups, and she scraps the songs all the time. She just goes live and just have fun to show like how she, you know, gets prepared for like, you know, doing her music. And it'd be so funny because people be asking for the songs later, and she was like, "Y'all, I was just kidding. I was just playing." But I but because, it's barely 2 minutes. And it's basically, in my opinion, about just simply getting to the bag, skipping to your loo. That's pretty much all I have for that one. Track 7, we have Hide and Seek. And I said I would love to hear this in the car because it sounds so good in headphones. And I have cheap headphones, well, from Amazon. I need to get me some Sony MDRs, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we cross there. I said I love how she's harmonizing on the chorus, and I definitely wish this song was longer. And I basically said that I think that this song is about not wanting to feel anything and presenting yourself in that way, even though it may not be completely true, but it helps you stay focused on your dreams and aspirations. She has a lyric where a line where she says, "Nothing the heart can't hold, eyes don't know what can go." Basically, like, your eyes will deceive you, and looks can be deceiving. What things look like they are not, and your heart knows better than your eyes do. You have to live by, this is a Bible verse, and I don't know it by heart, and I'm probably going to say it backwards, but you're not supposed to live by sight, but you're supposed to live by faith. And faith is a feeling, and that feeling derives from your heart and your intuition and things like that. And sometimes it's best that you go with what you feel and not what you think you know based off what you see, because looks can definitely be deceiving, not only just in people but in situations. And yeah, I feel like that was the message she was trying to relate to us with that one, and received, definitely. Track 8, we have Bloom, which is a favorite of mine. I said that I love the intro where it sounds like she's having a conversation with a real therapist, not her alter ego, or maybe just like maybe a peer, somebody she worked with or something like that. Yeah. And I said that the song and, just the overall sound and, production and structure reminds me of a 2017 Londrell song, or, those YouTube songs, instrumentals that they put behind, vaporwave videos in like 2016, 2017, that you could just play in the background while you studying and stuff like that, which I haven't done in a long time. But when I used to come home from high school, I used to always do that. And I said that this song is about like having goals, being focused, and distracted by them as well. And this also makes it harder for you to even do positive things like check on your family. And yeah, like we can get so in tune and tapped into our goals to the point where we clearly overlook and overshadow like all the good things going on because we're working to never have to go back to the way that things once felt, or our reality of what things once were. Hold on, guys, my dad is calling me.
You see how I was just getting ready to, ignore that call, but thinking of the substance of those lyrics and the message, I was just like, this is exactly what she's talking about, and this is exactly what I usually do. I call once I'm finished, but I felt like that was a sign to just take the call. Thank you, Doechii.
I was basically saying like how having goals and chasing your dreams can distract you from spending time with your family and actually showing them the love that they deserve. And it can also cause you to be mean towards them, which I know I definitely experienced while chasing my degree and things like that. Like, I would literally go weeks without talking to my family and just being like, I don't want to know what's going on. I don't want to know the family drama. I don't want to know nothing about what's going on at home. I just want to be in my own space and chase my own dream, because all that other stuff is going to stop me from doing what I need to do. And you feel so selfish for feeling that way and thinking that way, but also like it's also like your only thing that's keeping you going in life. Um Especially like as a creative, like so many things and curveballs are thrown our way, and we just have to keep the ball rolling and keep pushing even when we aren't as motivated and things like that, and taking time and like giving our energy to other people and it's not reciprocated, or we don't feel like you're appreciating our time, it just makes it hurt even more. Like, you ain't even hearing me, you ain't even appreciating my time, and I did all this for you. And anywho, back to Doechii, not Maris. I said that my favorite line from the song was when she was like, I just want to chase my dreams. I just want to be like, oh my God, F everything, F it. I'm going to move to California and I'm following my dreams. Oh gosh, I'm a performer, I'm a star. And you know, that's definitely something that I feel as well. Especially like coming back home. I feel like I made a big mistake coming back home, and I should have just stayed away from home and just chased my dreams in another city or even another state outside of my hometown, because there's literally nothing here for a creative. But I'm glad to say that I'm able to make do with what I have. Um, as a Mississippian and a Southern boy, I'm able to be creative even if it's not to my full potential. I'm able to work with what I have and still produce things, of quality and things that I actually enjoy and like. And also work with other wonderful creators from the South as well and in my local area. Track 8 to, I believe, track 12 is when I was really feeling this mixtape. I feel like that's a point where everything was flowing into each other and we was getting a sense of, cohesiveness. And I'm going to get into that as I discuss each song. Track 9, we have Wait. And Wait is definitely one of my favorites as well. I said that it's a perfect follow-up from Bloom because it shows that she learned her lesson from the therapist, or she just actually listened to understand. I said that this song was about being patient not only with yourself, but the universe, God, or whatever your higher power is that you worship. And I said my favorite lines from this song was, one, I might be fly in the matrix, I hope I'm sticking my landing. And with that line, she's basically saying like she hopes that she isn't only just looking good at, navigating this life thing. She hopes that she's making the right decisions and living the right way in the way that God would want her to, so that in the afterlife she's looking just as good or better than she does on earth in the matrix. And the second line I said that was one of my favorites. She was like, calling my phone, private calling my phone, blocking you off my phone, bill collectors, roach and bug inspectors calling my phone. Who you checking if I'm disrespecting you with my tone? And she's basically like taking claim and ownership over her life, and like, y'all don't run me, and who gonna check me? Like, I run this show, this is my life, I do what I want to do, and I take care of myself, I pay my own bills, this and that, and nobody should be thinking that they run her and stuff like that. And yeah, and if you disrespect her, she's going to step up and defend herself. Track 10, we have Death Row, another one of my favorites. And it's named after, you know, the move that alligators and crocodiles do to make sure that their preys are, you know, submissive and they lose, you know, the ability to fight towards them. It low-key stuns them being spun in a circle. And yeah. And I said that this song is about choosing yourself and working because it brings you the most peace, yet confusion still in existence towards, you know, the unknown. And a lot of people, you know, work to escape reality and, you know, even, you know, the unknown of what things are gonna be or could be. And one line that made me come to this assumption that this is what this is about is when she was like, I wonder what them labels see in the be this black. I wonder what my friends all think when I'm not there. And she's basically like just thinking about like the what ifs again and like wishing she understood the thought process behind like other people when it comes to her and how they feel about her actions and what makes the world and her label interested in her. Like, what's the deeper meaning outside of only just what they say, but the underlying feeling that people have towards people that isn't really discussed or, you know, said to you to your face. Another line that I picked out of this song was where she was like, but I don't like the way it feels when my vices are absent. I'm not there. And to me, it's basically like she's saying, like, she has to work. Like, working is her vice to help her fight through, you know, all the constant confusion, chaos, and just the unknown. She can only work and hope that something positive comes out of it. You know, negative things still come with the success that she's addressed in. She's already addressed that positive and, you know, negative can't be a option for you to just choose 100% positivity and not receive like no negativity as well. There go hand in hand, yin and yang. I also said the entire second verse of this song is full of contradictions to show that there is no right decision or choice that could be made. You must move with what makes you feel the best without letting the thought of what could be and what it may be stop you. And yeah, basically, you know, just keeping it pushing and just going with your heart, as we've already addressed before. And you know, you can't let what your eyes, you can't not move by sight, you must move by faith. That's basically what this is saying again, which I feel like, you know, showed cohesion through these songs. Like, it's a message that's been transferred from another song to another song to another song. And it's like she's trying to learn the lesson throughout addressing the topic throughout these songs. And yeah. Track 11, we have Prophet. And Prophet, I said that I love the ending of this song where the guy, which may be a relative, tells her how proud of her he is. In the middle of recording this session, she called him at the end of the song to, you know, check in with him. I would guess he called beforehand. And I said that this shows her actively showing that she learned from the therapist and that, you know, 24 hours is not a lot of time, but you can make time for the things that you want to make time for. And if you don't have time for something one day, you can push it off to the next day. Not to say that our days are guaranteed, but you can only be hopeful. And she probably got a call from him at the beginning of the session and was like, I gotta finish recording before, you know, I actually respond to him. And she took some time between her working And she called the relative and let him know, like, yeah, I got your call. I'm here. What's up? And all he wanted to do was just basically show her some love and let her know that he is appreciative of her work ethic and how hard she's working. And I feel like that showed growth, especially like after, you know, the conversation that she had with that therapist. Yeah, I think that was really a beautiful moment. But the song overall to me is about claiming ownership over your life, gaining awareness of who you are and what you deserve, and understanding that this is a constant fleeing thought. Uh, Thinking highly of yourself is a good thing to do. And it's, you know, the positive way of thinking of yourself should, you know, be normalized. But it's also a fleeting thought, and I believe that should be normalized as well. You're not gonna always think that you're the best of the best or you're doing your best, because things are gonna happen to you that are going to feel like it's the worst. And you know, you're not gonna always be positive throughout that. And I wish people would just let it be known that it's okay to be down and also not feel like you're at your best, because I mean, you're not, and that's okay. But things do get better, and maybe even better than what they were before. But you know, there are highs and lows to life, period. And I wish people would stop teaching us this false fantasy lifestyle that you're always going to be positive. And that's why so many people, you know, are feeling like they're crazy for not always being A1 or top notch with their mental health and things like that, when, you know, we live on a spectrum. Everything is on a spectrum. Nothing is 100%. And I said my favorite line from this song was one where she was like, "Black bees always bending backwards on a soft mat, doing acrobatics, falling face first, A down." I basically said that this could be like analogy towards, you know, how black women in ways overwork themselves in things that seem like they come easy to anybody else, even black males, but more especially people who are more, you know, white presenting or of a lighter complexion. They tend to have to work a million times harder than any of us in things that, you know, should come a lot more easy. Another favorite line I said was, she was like, "I rep my city despite the fact that they hated me." And again, Doechii is from Tampa, Florida. I actually have known someone who is from Tampa, Florida, and after mentioning Doechii to them, they was basically saying like, "We don't give a care about Doechii, this and that." I'm just like, how do you not care about somebody that's blowing up from your city? They're, in my opinion, from what I know, I'm not from Florida, so I don't really keep in touch with who's all blowing out of there, but there's no black alternative women blowing up with, you know, hits like Doechii, breaking charts, touching charts, and going to the Grammys and things like that, performing and all this stuff like Doechii is doing. So I don't really understand the hatred towards her. But as they say, a lot of your hate is going to come from your city as you begin. Well, not in every case, but you know, in some cases, a lot of the hate comes from your city in the beginning of your career, and they eventually come around once you make it bigger. And yeah, that's all I have for that song. Track 12, we have Boom Bap. I've actually made a video about this song and how I didn't really understand it at first, but now I understand the message. And she's basically just saying I'm everything, not only because I say so, but because God says so. Meaning that she can sing, she can rap, she can act, she can do whatever she wants to do on a beat, and you know, any type of production, just because she simply wants to. And that's how she wants to express herself. That's how she wants to get things off her chest. music is therapy for people, and that's really what hip-hop derived off of, you know, having somewhere where you can express yourself and spread a message that people weren't really hearing from you. They wouldn't let you in them offices to talk to the managers and the people who can make the change. They will only listen to us through music and allow us to express ourselves through music. And, you know, however you do it is up to you. Um, you know, and that's why I love Doechii. Um, and the fact that she started speaking in tongues on a song was so Christian of her, but you know, it shows her faith, and she's not afraid to do these things that aren't normal because she has faith in herself and in God that He will carry her to where she needs to be and needs to go to be successful. And nothing can stop that. Not her label, not any man on earth. It's all in God's hands. Track 13, we have NISSAN ALTIMA. As a lot of people already know this song, this is a song that was really the swamp session that she did where she was releasing like a song every Friday or Sunday, basically just showcasing her rapping ability. BULLFROG was also one of those songs. And yeah, she was really flowing on this beat and just giving braggadocious rap. And I said that this sounds like a Missy Elliott sample. The She's a song is what this sounds like. And yeah. And my favorite line from this song was she was like, I'm the new hip hop Madonna, I'm the trap Grace Jones. She references Grace Jones a lot. She's one of the reasons why I picked up the Grace Jones memoir book, because she was really advocating for the book, and that is something that every creative should read at least once in their life. And I really do love Grace Jones, as one may notice. I do love Grace Jones, and I've always been interested in her, but her getting me to buy that book and get more into not just her artistry, but to learn who she is outside of her character was very enlightening. And I would never forget that read. It was a very, very, very good book. Track 14, we have Get the F Out featuring Cunt Fetish. And I didn't like the song after my first listen, but after listening again and again and again, and then also hearing it during her YouTube listening party that she did, I now like the song a lot more. I believe that both of them were basically just, you know, talking their stuff and going bar for bar, getting their bars off. And, you know, yeah. And I said my favorite line was when she was like, I feel like Thanos in this beat. I'm too stoned. And with that line, she could mean that she's too, you know, high. Or she could be meaning that she's wearing a lot of, you know, jewelry, expensive jewelry, ice. But now that I'm thinking about it, I really don't really see Doechii wear like jewelry or like splurge on a chain like most rappers do. Even women rappers, they, you know, get them a chain and things like that. But I don't know if Doechii has one. If she does, I don't see her wear it. But yeah. Track 15, we have Hum. And I said this for some reason reminds me of a V's song for whatever reason. I don't even really listen to V's, but he was the first person to pop up in my head for some reason. I'm pretty sure he popped up in my head for something. And yeah, I basically said it's a chill song to, you know, feel yourself to, vibe to, and things like that. Yeah, just a chill song. It's just a chill song to, you know, feel and, you know, vibe to and things like that. Chill to. Yeah. It's nothing too crazy, but, you know, not one of my favorites, but I believe that it's still a good song. Track 16, we have Slide, and I really do love the chorus on this song. I believe it's very, very groovy, and I believe that it's the only song where she is delivering a Florida sound. I definitely see people, you know, from Florida doing their little line dances, juking and jiving to this song and things like that. Wait, what's the... I like the way you sway on a beat like a Florida boy. What's the... I think it's Sticking. I forgot how it go. But how they be dancing in Florida, whatever it is, whatever it's called. But yeah, this is definitely a very Florida song, and I can see them actually playing and, you know, loving this. This is definitely, you know, giving cookout vibes to me. Track 17, we have Fireflies, which is definitely one of my favorites. To me, it gives a chopped and screwed vibe, and I also really love like the switch up near the ending, where she basically made the song a whole new song towards the end, the last few minutes. And this song is very poetic. This is literal poetry. I said that this song could probably be about talking about, you know, an ex and reminiscing on what they had with each other and just daydreaming about what closure would look like with them. And one line that really made me think this was when she was like, "Don't let me down, fireflies, keep the night till it's over. Underground, overtime, keep the light till it's closure." And she's basically like asking the fireflies to just give her the little bit of light and guidance, you know, so that she can see what this possibility would look like, even though it's barely existent. Like, this has no chance at happening, but fireflies give me the light to see this happening, which, you know, isn't going to happen anytime soon. But it seemed like she wished that there was closure with this ex and things like that, but, you know, it's not going to happen.
And I'm also just now recognizing that she literally said, keep the light till it's closure, meaning that let me get this last bit of, you know, interaction with this situation or, you know, this person, just to let them know, like, okay, just so I can have peace with myself and know that I said everything that I need to say and things like that, just to make sure, you know, we're done. Not necessarily trying to fix things, but just having peace with her heart and mind when it comes to whatever it is, the person or that situation.
Track 18, we have Beverly Hills. And I guess she realized with this song that closure is no longer needed, because she started off the song with like, "I'm not hitting him up anymore." And I said that this song is about, you know, being in a relationship with someone while chasing your dreams and realizing they're not only dead weight, but they are cheating. And as she said like earlier on, you know, denial is a river, talking about the ex and how they basically cheated on her. Later in the mixtape on this song, she's obviously coming to her senses that they actually had something, and, you know, it's no longer there anymore anyway. So it's time to, you know, just get over it. And one line that made me feel like this was she was like, "And every sign is a sign of the times. Find time to get high, get away from a bad vibe. A fine line between a hoe and a dime. I'd die if I tried being caught on your sideline." And basically, as she's saying, she is not a side piece. She will not disrespect herself like that. She will not let you play with her time, especially when she's the breadwinner and things like that. Why would you cheat when I'm literally funding your lifestyle. Taking you to award shows with me. You're also trying to be an artist, and letting you be in these spaces with me so you can get a taste of what these things could be for you if you get this far. And you're ungrateful, so you must go. And I must let you go. Not only physically, but also mentally and spiritually. I must rebuke you and get you out of my space and out of my mind and out of my spirit. Track 19, we have the self-titled song that's titled after the mixtape, Alligator Bites Never Heal. And I believe that this is the most beautiful song on the album. And I said that it is about, you know, becoming aware of your worth, being fed up, and, you still seem to not want to be on bad terms with anyone, no matter how bad they've crossed you, whether it's romantically or platonically. Especially if they were around you, like, like during your come up. Like, even though we went through what we went through, and things could have definitely been better, still not having hate towards anyone, and just having forgiveness and things like that, and still low-key wanted to bring them to the next level with you, because it's even worse finding newer people to be around in Hollywood, because people are not authentic in Hollywood or the music business, period. People get around you to network. They use you as a tool until they can no longer use you anymore. They will drain you completely out just to get to the next level. And you never know what's real and what's fake until things play out the way that they play out. And with that, a lot of us creatives, we would prefer to hang on to what's familiar. And that's something that I can definitely relate to the most. I'm very fearful when it comes to connecting with other people outside of, like my family, because I was a very sheltered child. And I was pretty much taught that you only trust family. But as I pursue my career, and, I work and things like that, there's things that family just can't do, or they just don't understand, or they just, yeah, like, family can only do so much for you. And you can explain it to them, you can have them around you, you can take them to the next level with you, they still won't understand what's going on, no matter how much or how well you explain something to them. And that's not their fault, and it's not, you know, something that you should look down on them for, not understanding, because they didn't choose this journey, you did. And, you know, some people you just have to let go to get to the next level. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're cutting them out of your life, or you are, saying goodbye to them completely, but they just can't come to the next level with you. And that's fine. The line in this song near the end is like, I believe it's her mom talking to her. She was basically like saying, like, we talked about this a lot, and I always tell you that you gotta understand the path that you're on. Everybody can't go. And that's just the God honest truth. Everybody can't go. And I feel like this song is basically, especially because it's the outro, is showing how she's entering levels where, everybody can't go, no matter how she feels for them, and how she will want them to, be around and grow with her, win with her, and stuff like that. They just can't go, because they will not serve you and stuff like that in this new era that you're in, and these new places that you're being brought into. Oh, the places you have been able to access now. But yeah, definitely a very, 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 very great mixtape. And I believe that we were left off on a point to where, like, we are expecting more, because, you know, now that we know that she's off to places that everybody can't go with her. And yeah, I believe that's enough of me yapping about how I feel about every lyric and stuff like that, every song and stuff like that. I definitely am very much proud of Doechii, and I'm mad that I didn't see that the vinyl was for sale for $30 and it was a signed one that she didn't even post the link to. She posted the link after it already sold out. So I'm just gonna have to keep checking the site, because she did say that it was gonna restock. So I'll be waiting and I'll be looking. But yeah, I definitely love this mixtape. It's not even an album. I really hope that when she does an album, it's just a cohesive body of work, to where we get a chance to see her tell one single story. I believe that she can definitely be cohesive, even with the range that she has, like lyrically, and just how she's able to sing, rap, do all these different things in music. She can be cohesive with, you know, sonically, and, you know, with the substance of, you know, each song. Especially with how she's been able to be so consistent with the aesthetic of, you know, her being Mother Swamp and, you know, things like that. I wonder if this is just an era that she's gonna embrace, you know, just representing where she's from. She's just going to continuously make this part of her, you know, image. But yes, I love Doechii so much, especially because I've witnessed her come up through COVID up to now. And yeah, she's such an authentic person, and I highly encourage people to just go watch her YouTube videos. I hope she never takes them down, because she's been working for this. She's been working towards this for a very, very, very long time, and I believe that she deserves her props. She worked for this, and she's definitely going to be super big, and she's going to be, she's going to be great. She's already great. But yeah, can't wait for whatever Doechii has coming next. Hopefully we get more videos. You know, Doechii is known for doing iconic videos. I remember seeing her actually filming in the swamp not too long ago. So hopefully we get footage from that. I'm not sure what video it's going to be, but yeah. Love Doechii down. And yeah, it's your boy Komaris. Thank you for watching the video. Sorry for the background noise. People are very disrespectful and they don't want to see me win. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Alright, bye.
Hard to pick one favorite. It's like you have to pick like a group, like a section, because I feel like the album is like, or the mixtape, my bad, it's like in sections. And so I can't pick one, but I do have like my favorite section, and I feel like it's like that in between, like Death Row. It's that Death Row, Catfish, Death Row, GTFO, Profit, like around there. Those are like my favorites. And then I have like Catfish, Boiled Peanuts, which is like my favorite in the boom bap area. It's so much exciting stuff coming up, y'all. I'm so excited. Like, out of all the boom bap, the first like section of the project, out of all the boom bap, Catfish is my personal favorite. I feel like everybody's sleeping on Boiled Peanuts.